The 10th anniversary was supposed to mean something 10 years together, a symbol of endurance, of love that had withstood time. I had poured weeks into planning the perfect gift for Amelia. After endless indecision, I'd finally settled on a vintage Cartier watch, elegant Roman numerals, a deep blue sapphire crown, and history etched into its golden curves. It had cost me more than I cared to admit, but I believed her smile, her delight, would make it all worth it. Instead, she opened the velvet box with a theatrical sigh. Her fingers barely touched the watch before she rolled her eyes and dropped it on the coffee table beside an already half-empty bottle of Pinot. "Seriously, David? Another watch?" Her tone was laced with boredom and something else, mockery. My stomach twisted into knots. "It's a Cartier," I said softly. "A vintage one," she scoffed, brushing back her perfectly styled hair with an air of dismissiveness. "Wow, sorry. I guess I didn't realize. It's just so predictable." She took another sip of wine, the sound of ice in her glass punctuating her contempt. "I thought you'd like it," I murmured, the sting of her words already cutting deep. "Oh, honey," she said, patronizingly. "My tastes have changed." Her eyes flicked to her phone, and I caught the flicker of impatience in them. "Anyway, I need to get going. I'm already running late for something." She grabbed her purse and left without another glance, leaving me standing there, heart hollowed out, the Cartier watch discarded like an afterthought. That was when I noticed the card I had written. It had slipped under the box, nearly forgotten in my eagerness to present the gift. I picked it up, opened it, and read the words I had written in a moment of seething calm days ago. "May this watch not only mark the time we've shared but also count down the time you have left to enjoy your secret life with Bennett. Before everything crashes down." My hands trembled. The truth had been gnawing at me for weeks, ever since I found her hidden phone and read the explicit messages. I had waited, planned, swallowed the betrayal, and smiled through it all. This gift hadn't been a peace offering. It was the first strike, and I knew exactly where she was rushing off to. Not a thing. Him, Bennett, a greasy real estate agent with slicked back hair and a smile that reeked of cheap charm. I had followed them once, a rainy Tuesday night. They met at a cozy, low-lit wine bar downtown. I watched from across the street, the raindrops distorting the scene like a bad dream. Their hands were entwined. They laughed like they had no secrets, like I didn't exist. Tonight, I followed again. I reached the bar just in time to see her pop a grape into his mouth, her eyes glowing with mischief. I stepped into their bubble of deception like a storm. Amelia's expression froze, eyes wide, a grape falling from her lips. Bennett smirked like the idiot he was. Well, look what the cat dragged in," he said. I didn't flinch. "Bennett," I said calmly, pulling a thick envelope from my coat and placing it on the table in front of him. "This is for you." His smirk vanished the moment he opened it. Photos, texts, emails, all of it meticulously documented. Undeniable proof. His face turned a sickly shade of gray. I turned to Amelia. "Remember the watch?" My voice was icy. "You said it was predictable. Did you even look at the back?" She blinked, confused, her confidence cracking. "It's engraved," I continued, my voice rising, "with a little message just for you." Her eyes darted toward the box on the table and back to me. Panic now flickered in her expression. "It reads, 'May the weight of your deceit be as heavy as the gold on your wrist. Enjoy your final hours of blissful ignorance.'" She lunged for her phone, but I was faster. I snatched it and held it up, out of reach. "Looking for this?" I asked, coldly. "Too late. I already sent everything to your boss, to Bennett's wife, and oh yes, to your parents." Her face drained of color. The confident, dismissive woman from earlier was gone. Now she was just a shell staring at the ruins of her life. Bennett, ever the coward, mumbled something and bolted, abandoning her to the fallout. The days that followed were a blur of meetings with attorneys, dividing assets, and conversations that felt more like autopsies than negotiations. Amelia lost her job and the carefully cultivated image she'd clung to. Her parents cut ties, disgusted. Her affair had cost her everything. Bennett's wife, Susan, a kind woman undeserving of this betrayal, filed for divorce within the week. His firm, protective of its public image, let him go too. He lost his job, his marriage, and his home in one clean sweep. I left the house shortly after. I couldn't stay in a place where every corner whispered betrayal. I sold the watch. It didn't bring joy, but it paid for my new beginning, a small apartment in a different city where no one knew my name. the pain didn't disappear. It lingered like smoke after a fire, but it changed form. It became something I could live with, something that reminded me that I had survived. I hadn't just been betrayed, I had been discarded. But I didn't break. I rebuilt. The quiet in my new space was sometimes overwhelming, but it was also a strange kind of peace. For the first time in years, I could hear myself think. I could feel the slow, steady rhythm of healing. The road ahead was uncertain, winding, but I was walking it. And that the ability to move forward on my own terms was the most satisfying revenge of all.